All right, guys, today I'm going to teach you one productivity trick for first-year entrepreneurs, which is time blocking. Time blocking is a trick, is a tactic, is a skill that will allow you to break down your days into blocks to be able to optimally go through everything that you need to go through. This trick I didn't learn for years and years and years into my journey, and I'm going to give it to you today, hopefully to change your first year of entrepreneurship. What's up, guys? My name's Chris Warrens, founder of Warrior Consulting, and I help entrepreneurs in their first year hit the seven-figure mark and scale past to the multi-million-dollar mark, and I work with entrepreneurs internationally on how to do so with them and their teams. Listen, on this channel, I'm going to teach you exactly how we do that, tips, tricks, and the secrets. So enjoy the show. All right, guys, so the first thing that you're going to need to do is, when it comes to time blocking, is break your days into quadrants. And listen, quadrants means 4. It could be more, it could be less time blocks, okay? But we're going to teach you to break your day up into sections, and within those sections will be time blocks. For instance, okay, so here's an example. Work with me, guys, okay? So using my time blocking, my first examples that I use, or my first time blocks that I use, are my morning routine. I've talked a lot about what I do for morning routines. I've written about it in my book, Dominate Your Day, A High Performer's Guide to Winning at Life. I've produced shows on it, content on it for years. I'm not going to get into the exact morning routine, but what I am going to tell you is that the first 90-minute time block of my day is my morning routine from 5 a.m. to approximately 6:30. And that first 90 minutes, what I do is I focus on myself internally. I focus on my spirituality. I focus on my psychology, my soul, my energy. And that is the first time block that I use in the day. My second time block is to actually take the dog for a walk, and that's approximately an hour. So my second time block is 60 minutes time blocked to walk my dog. My third time block is approximately from 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning. So it's a 90-minute to 2-hour time block. And this is the most important for entrepreneurs that have a team specifically. And this time block that I'm talking about is what I do to prepare the company, or to move the company forward without being interrupted by people in the office or around me. This is what I call a deep work time block, or how I actually write it into my schedule is a power hour time block. Regardless of it being an hour, it's a period of time to where I organize all of my thoughts for the company, I delegate all my thoughts for the company, and I work on non-negotiables and important things that will move the company forward without any distractions. The next time block is my team. So from 9:30 to lunch, which is approximately 2 hours, give or take, depending on when we eat, I focus just on the team, putting out what I need to put out, talking to different people on different teams, working with different people, helping them with their tasks, and I focus those couple of hours, that time block, specifically on the team. Then the next time block is lunch, and then the last time block for the day, which is basically the afternoon into the evening, is this long 4 to 6 hour time block that I do break up, but that time block is allocated to clients and their needs. For instance, entrepreneurs that I work with, building their companies, scaling their companies, optimizing their companies, and working with their people within their teams. And those are my time blocks throughout my day. And that is an example of how I've broken up my day with time blocks. Now I'm going to teach you how to apply it for you. All right, so second thing we're going to talk about when it comes to time blocks is this, right? You basically have 4 different time blocks. You have 30-minute time blocks, you have 60-minute time blocks, you have 90-minute time blocks, and you have 120-minute time blocks. So not every task needs 2 hours. Not every task can be done in 30 minutes. So there's going to be contrast in between, okay? And I know it might sound like a lot right now, like, oh, I don't know, should I allocate 30 minutes? I don't know, should I allocate 2 hours? How I teach it is time yourself, right? So let's say you allocate 60 minutes to do a morning routine. Well, time yourself while you're doing it. And if it takes you 30 minutes on average for a week, well, then you know you only need to budget 30 minutes for that time block rather than an hour. The point is to learn how long it takes you to do a task, and then moving forward, optimize your time by planning it accordingly. So for instance, if I allocate 60 minutes to work with my team, and I record on a daily basis that it's actually lasting 120 minutes or 2 hours, at the end of the week, when I go back and reflect on everything, I've realized that I'm not time blocking enough time for my team because it's taking an extra hour. And the point is to understand how long these situations last so you can budget your time blocks appropriately between 30 minutes, an hour, 90 minutes, and 2 hours. All right, guys, next point is take breaks. I know this sounds counterproductive for the hustle mentality. Something I've learned over the years is by making all the mistakes and not taking breaks actually yielded less quality in my work. And collecting data with all the clients that I've worked with over the years, which is at this point tens of thousands of people, depending on the subject and industry, people that don't take breaks typically don't produce the highest quality of work. They have more quantity of work, but the quality of the work diminishes. So what's the answer? Well, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but fundamentally, all you need to do is take a 10-minute break here or there. What I find which works best is take a 10-minute break every 90 minutes, right? That's what works for me. That's what works for my people. That's what I teach. Take a little break every 10 minutes. Doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Just stop working and talk to your team about whatever they're doing that night or the night before, or get up and wash the dishes, or something I personally like to do is sweep the floors on my breaks. I'm a clean freak. But the point is, figure it out. Take a break every hour. See if that's too much for a week. Do that for a week. See if it's too much. At the end of the week, go back and reflect on it. Then, if you think that you're taking breaks too often, move it to 2 hours. So every 2 hours, you take a break for 10 minutes. Maybe that works really well. Maybe you find that's a little too long. So then you reflect back on the week and do every 90 minutes like we do, and you find that that's the perfect amount of time. The point is, take breaks. That will equal better quality of work. Okay, the last point we're going to talk about today is know where your most productive energy is. Now hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I'm going to give you guys an example, okay? This is what I've learned over the years when it comes to the most productive energy that I have is first thing in the morning, usually before 9 a.m., between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. And I don't have any apps or whoops or things that measure this. I know this because I've analyzed my production and data over the years by reflecting back each week and understanding where my highest productivity is. So let's say I'm writing a book, okay? I've found that if I write my book first thing in the morning after I exercise before 9 a.m., it's the most productive energy that I have. Now, you might have productive energy at night. A lot of people do. However, the key is to understand where your most productive energy is, time block it for your most productive projects, and execute it. That's the key to knowing where your most productive energy is to produce the highest quality work that you possibly can. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. If you learned anything, drop a comment below. Definitely smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'll catch you next time.